I'm going to show you how to make my favorite Spanish rice. My mother used to make this when I was little. This is not her recipe, but it reminds me of it. In the pot, I have some boiling water, and I'm going to add my tomato paste. And I'm going to let that dissolve. I'm using half a can, and so what I do is I take the other half, and I just freeze it, and then the next time I make this, I have the exact amount. We eat this all the time. We use this as a filling for tostadas. You could use it as a filling for burritos or on a salad. We have tostadas every Tuesday. My friend Trish comes, so it's Tuesday tostada night with Trish, because that's my trivia night. A lot of teas in there. So we're just going to let the tomato paste dissolve in the boiling water. It'll start boiling again in just a minute, I'm sure. Now, my rice is already cooked, and I am using organic white basmati rice because traditionally Spanish rice is made with white rice, but you could do it with brown rice or a combination. You know, sometimes when I don't feel like cooking rice, I just use those frozen organic packages that you can get at most stores, and each one is 2 cups, and I use the whole box, and then this makes a lot, and I do that on purpose because I like to batch cook so that I have a lot of leftovers, and then I portion it into the size that I think I'm going to eat. There we go. It's back to a boil again, and then I'm going to add 2 cans of Muir Glen fire roasted tomatoes. I'm using the salt free, but if you want to use the ones with salt, please feel free. Now, if you like it spicy and you want to also keep it salt-free, Rotel makes no salt added diced tomatoes with green chilies. You can get these at Walmart for about $1 a can or on Amazon for about the same price, but these are going to be a little bit spicier. So if you like it spicier, use this. And then I'm going to add my seasonings, which are chipotle powder. Chipotle is a smoked jalapeno, smoked paprika, which is different than regular Hungarian paprika. It's just got this wonderful smoky taste. I would say it might be my favorite spice. Now, how spicy this is depends on your chili powder, because some chili powders, like Chili 9000 from Penzeys, is really spicy. I use a very, very mild salt-free one that I get at Whole Foods. So again, depending on the spices you choose will depend on how spicy it is. So I'm going to mix these together, and then I'm going to add my rice that's already been cooked and my fire roasted peppers and onions. Now, if you cannot find fire roasted peppers and onions at your store, I get them at Trader Joe's, you can just use regular peppers from the freezer, because most stores that I've been to do have frozen green, yellow, and red bell pepper, sometimes with or sometimes without onion. This is so flavorful that if you can't get the fire roasted ones, it doesn't make that much difference. These are just delicious if you can find them, because these are great just with rice as a meal in itself. But it's okay. There have been times where Trader Joe's has been out of them, and I just use regular frozen bell peppers, the trio of bell peppers. I tried fire roasting them myself, and it was a disaster. So if you can't find the fire roasted, just use the regular frozen ones. And then we're just going to stir this up until the water dissolves. I forgot one ingredient, and I'm going to go grab it after I stir this up, and that is the Pico de Gallo. Now, I can make my own. There's a recipe in my book Unprocessed, but I'm basically lazy, and I'm very lucky that my local stores like Raley's and Sprouts sells a wonderful Pico de Gallo, which is basically just tomatoes, onion, cilantro, and jalapeno. It is in the refrigerator section, so it is perishable. And don't worry, I recycle. I use these at my monthly potlucks to give people food to go. I know you're not supposed to do that. I have this voice in my head from the dentist. Teeth are jewels, not tools. But I didn't have a choice. So I'm going to keep stirring that till it cooks a little bit. This is just so flavorful. And I use this as the sole filling on my tostadas, and I put on things like lettuce, shredded cabbage, jalapenos, salsa, you know, anything you like, faux parmesan. We create like a tostada bar. My husband likes to put olives and guacamole on his, but it's also a great side dish for any kind of Mexican dish like enchiladas. And then I'm going to stir this in as well. And that's it. It's really easy to make, and it does make quite a bit. And that's good, because the secret to eating healthy is to always have healthy food ready. So I always double, triple recipes, give some to friends and neighbors, freeze some, eat leftovers. But This is such a delicious, flavorful rice. And when we do have people over and do the DIY tostada bar, they seem to really, really like it. And the fact that you're using pre-cooked rice, whether you make it yourself or have it in your freezer, it makes it a healthy, delicious meal in no time. And isn't it beautiful with all the colors from the bell pepper? There you have it. Delicious Spanish rice.